And welcome to the news at 6. I'm Doug Petcash. Guilty on all counts. A jury found Lori-Vallow Daybell guilty of murder and conspiracy to commit murder in the deaths of two of her kids, J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan, and conspiracy to commit murder in the death of Tammy Daybell, as well as grand theft. It took just about 7 hours of deliberations over 2 days for 12 men and women to seal Vallow's fate. This afternoon, the Tammy Douglas Daybell Foundation posted this response on its website. We are relieved and grateful that justice has been served with the guilty verdict in Tammy's tragic murder. While this cannot bring Tammy, JJ, and Tylee back, we are glad that the justice system has done its job in holding the responsible person accountable for her actions. We hope this verdict brings some measure of closure for all of us. We will continue to honor Tammy's memory by furthering her legacy of getting books into the hands of kids. We love you, Tammy. You will never be forgotten. This comes after about 6 weeks of trial and nearly 4 years after JJ and Tylee went missing. News Channel 7's Morgan Romero joins us now live from the Ada County Courthouse with what happened today. Morgan?
Doug, 12 men and women that were carefully selected delivered Lori Vallow's guilty verdict just before 1 p.m. As you mentioned, it didn't take very long, just a few hours yesterday and a few hours today. That verdict was unanimous. As we all awaited that verdict, anxiety and anticipation filled this area outside the courthouse as well as inside the courthouse as people anxiously awaited to figure out whether Lori Vallow was guilty or not guilty. The judge told people inside the courtroom not to react loudly, to maintain court order in the court, but outside the courthouse, it was a different story as people hugged, cried, cheered, held signs.
The defendant would please rise.
We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn to try the above entitled action for our verdict, unanimously answer the questions submitted to us as follows. Question number 1. In regards to count 1 of the amended indictment, is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder of Tylee Ryan and grand theft by deception? Answer, guilty. Not guilty or guilty of first-degree murder of Tylee Ryan? Answer, guilty. Is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder of Joshua Jackson Vallow and grand theft by deception? Answer, guilty. Is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of first-degree murder of Joshua Jackson Vallow? Answer, guilty. Is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder of Tammy Daybell? Answer, guilty. Is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of grand theft? Answer, guilty.
Life sentence, Lori. Yeah.
This trial lasted about 6 weeks and jurors heard from about 60 witnesses. They saw gruesome, complex, and at times very uncomfortable evidence throughout this trial. I asked a source close to the prosecution if the prosecutors ever doubted for a second that jurors would find Lori guilty of murdering her kids. That source told me that always when prosecutors go into a trial, they have those concerns. They're nervous about that, but they felt their case was really solid and they're really grateful. They issued a statement. While they didn't go on camera because of Chad Daybell's pending trial next year, they did tell us that they are so grateful for justice served today. You can read their statement on our website, KTVB.com. So what happens next with Lori Vallow? Well, she's currently in Ada County, but she will be transported from here to Fremont County within the next week because those charges and those crimes were committed in Fremont County. Her sentencing is scheduled for 3 months from now, and when she's sentenced, Lori Vallow could face life in prison. Doug?
Morgan, thank you for wrapping all of that up for us. And now Shira Matsuzawa joins us as part of our team coverage with the emotional reaction from JJ and Tylee's families. Shira?
Well, Doug, you know, this moment, these families have been waiting for justice for more than 3 years. It's really been a long time in the making. And after that verdict was read, Kay and Larry Woodcock, JJ's grandparents, came out of the courtroom and talked with the media. JJ and Tylee went missing in September of 2019, and it was JJ's grandparents, Kay and Larry Woodcock, who sounded the alarm when they couldn't get a hold of JJ, and they asked for a welfare check. So today was a big day for them. Today they embraced one another as the verdict was read. Larry said he told Kay he loved her when he heard that guilty verdict. I also asked Tylee's aunt, Annie Cushing, if she had a message for Lori today. Hear what she had to say, as well as the Woodcocks, after that verdict came down.
I don't. I've thought through, like, if there's anything I would want to say to her. It would fall on deaf ears. You know, she's a psychopath. She has no concern whatsoever about the pain and suffering she's caused other people.
My final message to Lori. Y'all ready? Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Lori, it ended.
We are elated with this. There was some doubt we would get all of them, all guilties, but we did it. The prosecution is amazing. The law enforcement is amazing. They became our family, and we're keeping most of them for the rest of our life.
Annie also told me that she is elated by today's verdict and over the moon. I've spoken with her several times over the years when the kids first went missing and then when their remains were later found, but she stopped talking publicly a couple of years ago. That is until today. Now, both Kay and Larry, as well as Annie, also told me while they're happy about this verdict, it's bittersweet because it doesn't bring the kids back. Doug?
Yes, and now they're going to have to gear up once again in about a year from now for Chad's trial, too. Shira, great job covering all of this for the last 6.5 weeks and really the last 3 years.